Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the Finance 360-degree sessions where we cover all the relevant and important finance current affairs and the RBI notifications that are important from your exam point of view. Let it be the RBI Grade B, the NABARD Grade A or SEBI Grade A. And in today's session, I'm going to cover a very important notification that has been released by the Reserve Bank of India, and this notification is being covered by the important newspapers like the Live Mint, Economic Times. Wherever you see, this news article will be present there, okay? And this framework is very important. So now this is the framework for the updating of the credit information, and if the updation is not happening on time, then the customers will be getting the compensation. So what is this compensation and what is this whole framework? Like, what is the timeline for the updation, for the rectification? Okay, everything we are going to see in today's session. And let me tell you that in the phase 1 and in the phase 2 of the RBI Grade B and such examinations, it has been seen that direct questions can come from the framework and such draft and such important notifications, and I will show you by the end of the session that what kind of questions can come from this in the examination. Okay, so be with me till the end of the session. Okay, so Sorish, good morning Shiva, and I'm good. I hope all of you are doing very good and you are preparing well for the upcoming examination. Okay, now coming to the framework, let's start with it. It is a very important framework from your examination point of view, but before that, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session. So you will get the PDF of this session in the Telegram channel of EduTap. Now coming to the news article, that is, a framework has been released for the compensation to the customers for the delayed updation or rectification of the credit information. So what is this framework? Before understanding the framework, we have to understand the background. Okay, so in April this year, that is April 2023, RBI released the Statement on Developmental and Regulatory Policies document, in which the Reserve Bank of India, in which the Monetary Policy Committee said that we have to improve the grievance redressal mechanism. That means we have to improve the customer protection, we have to improve the resolution of the complaints of the customers. So RBI and the MPC said that we have to improve the grievance redressal mechanism, the redressal of the complaints, the redressal of the grievance of the customer should be done in a faster manner. Okay, so relating to the, especially this is in regards to the credit information reporting that is done by the credit information companies. So credit information reporting, there were many complaints that were received by the Reserve Bank of India regarding the credit information reporting. So the RBI said that okay, we have to improve this problem, we have to improve the grievance redressal mechanism for relating to the credit information reporting that is done by the credit institutions and the credit information companies. Okay, so credit information reporting and the credit information that is provided by the credit information companies, this has to be improved. So this is the idea that in the Statement on Developmental and Regulatory Policies document of April 2023, the RBI said that okay, we have to improve the grievance redressal mechanism, and for this the Governor of the Reserve Bank of India announced that the following measures will be put in place. This was the proposal that was given in the Statement on Developmental and Regulatory Policies document. So what were the measures? So first of all, a compensation mechanism for the delayed updation or rectification of the credit information. So for any delay that is happening in the updation of the data, in the updation of the and the rectification of the information, so in this regards the compensation has to be given. And at that time the RBI said that how much of the compensation, what and in which time the update should happen, all of these informations will be provided in a separate circular. And you can understand that this was said in April, and now in October 2023 the framework has been released for the compensation mechanism for the delayed updation or rectification of the credit information. Okay, these were the other measures, that a provision for the SMS or email alert will be given to the customer when their credit information are being utilized by the credit information companies, are being accessed from the credit information companies by the credit institutions. So credit institutions are the institutions that are giving the loans. Like there are many NBFCs that give the loans, or there are many banks, like all the banks, they give the loans. So when they are giving the loans, they want to see your credit worthiness. They want to see that what is your credit score. So they will assess, they will demand the data, they will demand the information, they will obtain the information from the credit information companies. So if you want a loan, your credit worthiness, your credit score will be taken from the credit information companies by the credit institutions that are going to give you the loan. So before taking the credit information, you have to be informed. Like, it is your data, so you have to be informed through the SMS or the email alerts. I hope this is very clear. A time frame for the ingestion of the data received by the credit information companies. So the time frame has to be given that, okay, the data that is coming from the credit institutions, so the data is given by the credit institutions because they have your data. Like, you are a person A, let's say you are a person A that is taking the loan from SBI, that is taking a loan from ICICI Bank, and you have a credit card of PNB. So that means this is the loans that you have taken, this is the money that you have taken. So the SBI, the ICICI Bank and the PNB, they all have your information. So they are the credit institutions that are providing you the credit. So they have the information and they are providing this information to the credit information companies for the collection, for the maintenance of the data, for the analysis of the data, and for the credit score to be released. Okay, so the time frame for the ingestion of the data, for the completion and for the analysis of the data that is received by the CICs, by the credit information companies from the credit institutions, so a time frame has to be provided. Disclosures relating to the number and nature of the customer complaints that is received on the website of the credit information company, so that has also to be provided. And these were the measures that the RBI said that the credit information companies and the credit institutions should be taking for the better customer protection. So these measures will further enhance the customer protection that was said by the governor in April 2023. And the RBI has proposed to improve the grievance redressal mechanism for the borrowers through these measures, that if the updation or the rectification of the data is not happening on time, then there should be a compensation mechanism through which compensation should be provided to the customers. So now a framework has been released in October 2023 regarding this, that the framework for the compensation has been released. So this is a big win for the customers, that if their data is not being updated on time and due to this they are not able to receive more loans from any other institution. So this is a very problematic situation for that person and this should not happen. So the updation and rectification of the information should happen on a timely basis. Okay. So the Reserve Bank of India has released the framework for the compensation to the customers for the delayed, if the customer is raising a complaint, how the credit institution or the credit information companies are going to know regarding the updation that is required. So if the customer is raising a complaint, that has to be updated or rectified. If the data has to be updated and rectified, that should be done in a timely manner. So the compensation has to be given to the customers for delay in the updation or rectification of the credit information by the credit institutions and the credit information companies. So why this has been done, why the framework has been released, I have already told you, for better customer protection and for better customer service, to increase the efficiency of the customer service by the credit institutions that are providing the data and the credit information companies that are getting the data, that are analyzing and providing the credit score and the reporting. Okay. So, and to improve the grievance redressal mechanism for the borrowers, because if the customers are doing any complaint and that complaint is not being resolved by the credit institutions or the credit information companies, so this is a very problematic situation for the customer, because these institutions, they are not listening to the customer and they are not addressing the complaint of the customer. So this should happen in a time frame that the credit institution and the credit information companies, they have to reply to the customer that has raised the complaint. So for making this mechanism easier and faster, the RBI has brought the framework, and now you will understand the nitty-gritties in the framework to better understand that what has been done by the RBI. So RBI has said that the complainants that are raising the complaint? The customers, the people that are raising the complaint, so the borrowers, because they are taking the borrowing from credit institutions. So they are the ones whose credit information is there, right? So they are the ones that are raising the complaint. They shall be entitled to a compensation of 100 rupees per day. So they will get the compensation of rupees 100 per day in case their complaint for the updation or the rectification has not been resolved within a period of 30 days. So you have to understand that when I have raised the complaint regarding the credit information that is wrong regarding me, okay, I have said that, okay, you have that any of the credit information company has given the reporting that Kritika has not given the previous loan on time. While I have given my EMIs, I have given back the principal on time. So this is the wrong information regarding me, and I am raising a complaint to rectify or update the data. So that should happen within 30 days. And if the updation or the rectification is not happening within 30 days, then the credit information company or the credit institution, whoever is involved, they will have to give me 100 rupees per day. After the 30 days, like till the updation is not happening, they have to give me per day 100 rupees for the delay that they are doing. From the date of the initial filing of the complaint by the complainant with the credit institution, I have raised the complaint with the credit institution, or I can raise the complaint with the credit information company, because they both are related to the credit information. Credit institution is providing the credit information and the credit information companies are making the reporting or analyzing the data. So I hope this much is clear. Tell me, give me a thumbs up so that I can understand that this much is clear. Okay, so now coming to complainant may request so what happens that the complainant, that is me in this situation, that I have the complaint regarding the updation or the rectification of data, and I am raising the complaint. I can raise the complaint with the credit institution or the credit information company, okay, and the update or the rectification of the credit information should happen within 30 days, okay, within 30 days of the request that has been raised. So this is the compulsory situation that within 30 days the resolution should happen. But in case that the credit institution the credit institution has passed on the data to the credit information company, so the credit information company can also provide the new reporting, okay. So the credit institution is given 21 days, that within 21 days the credit institution has to make the changes, has to update the data if there is any problem with the data, okay. Like I had taken the loan of 10 lakh, but it is shown that I have taken the loan of 1 crore that I have not given on time. So this is the miss that has happened in the data, and this is the misinformation that is being provided, okay. So I have raised the complaint with the credit institution that I had only taken the loan of 10 lakh that I have returned. Why are you showing my loan as 1 crore? That is huge loan. So the credit information have to correct the information within 21 days and then has to provide the data to the credit information company, that is rectified data will be provided to the credit information company. Now the credit information company will have how many days? Will have only 9 days, okay. So the credit institutions get 21 days and the credit information companies get 9 days that are left, so that the complete rectification or the complete redressal of the complaint is happening within 30 days. So the credit information shall forward the corrected particulars to the credit information companies or the complainant within a period of 21 days from the date when the credit institution has received the complaint regarding the inaccuracy in the credit information. Then the remainder of the 9 days, so 21 days has been taken by the credit institution, 9 days will be provided to the credit information companies to resolve the complaint, okay. A credit institution shall pay the compensation to the complainant if the credit institution has failed to send the updated credit information to the credit information companies within 21 days. So as easy as that, the credit institutions are getting 21 days to update the information or to rectify the information, and if they are not able to do so, due to which the credit information companies have also delayed, because they get the 9 days, but the credit institutions have not given the updation or rectification on time. So that's why the credit institutions have to give the customers
the compensation amount. Okay, a CIC, that is the credit information company, shall pay compensation to the complainant if the credit institution companies has failed to resolve the complaint within 30 days. If the credit institution is giving within 21 days, is giving the information to the credit information companies, and then also the credit information companies is not able to deliver the report within 9 days. So then the credit institution company is wrong here, because the credit information company is wrong here because the credit institution has done its work within 21 days. So if the delay is happening from the credit information company side, then the credit information company will have to give the compensation. If the delay is happening from the credit institution side, then the credit institution has to give the compensation. As easy as that. You just have to know that 21 days to the credit institution, 9 days to the credit information companies. The totality of the days are 30 days. If only the credit information companies are involved here, there is no need to send the data to the credit institution. The credit information companies have done the mistake of making the report. There is some error that has happened due to which the numbers have been changed. So the credit information companies are only involved. Then they will get the 30 days. As easy as that. I hope you understand that if the credit institutions are not involved, then the credit institution companies will get the complete 30 days, and if the resolution is not happening within 30 days, then the compensation has to be provided to the customer. The complainant shall be advised by the credit institution or the credit institution companies in case the complaint is being rejected. The credit institution is saying that the data is correct, there is no problem with the data. Okay, so I hope this is clear that in case the rejection is being done, then the reasons have to be given regarding the rejection also. Where the grievance or the complaint that is involves inaccurate credit information that is provided by more than one credit institution. So as I've told you, SBI, ICICI Bank, PNB, they all have given the wrong information regarding me. So what will happen? That all these institutions have to be involved, all these institutions have to correct the data. So I do not have to raise my request with each of the credit institution. I will have to raise the complaint with the credit information company. So remember this, statement based question can come on this, that if there are many of the credit institutions that are involved, then the query, the complaint has to be raised with the credit information company, and the credit information company will give 21 days. That within the 21 days, the credit institutions have to update and rectify the data and has to provide the updated data to the credit information company, so that the credit information company has the rest days, so that the credit information company can rectify in the reporting also. Okay, so this is the case. Next is where the complaint has been received and registered by a credit information company and there has been a delay in the resolution of the complaint. The CIC shall inform the concerned credit institutions and the complainant after the final resolution. So here, see, if the credit institution is giving the reporting to the credit information companies, so the credit information companies has the responsibility that the credit information companies has to inform the complainant regarding any kind of delay. Okay, so if the delay is happening from the credit institution side, or if the delay is happening from the credit information company side, wherever the delay is being arising from, it has to be informed to the complainant. Okay, if the complaint has been received and registered by the credit information company. So you can understand that if you are raising your complaint with the credit information company, you do not care that the credit institution is doing the delay or who is doing the delay. You will want to get the information from the credit information company. If the credit institution has received the complaint, then the credit institution has to inform that where the delay is coming from. And delay means what? Delay means the regarding total delay in days has to be informed, and delay means that the report has not been sent. So when the report has been sent to the customer, then the final task has been closed. Okay, so the date of the resolution of the grievance will be, the complaint will be addressed or the complaint will be closed when the rectified credit information reporting has been sent to the customer through email ID or through the postal. Whoever is doing the delay, the people that have received the people that have received the money, the people that have received the complaint, the institution or the company that has received the complaint will be connecting to the complainant, will be connecting to the customer. Okay. So the CICs or the credit information companies or the credit institution shall make appropriate provision in their form also through which the complaint will be raised, so that through the form the credit information companies and the credit institutions are able to get the email ID through which the credit information reporting will be sent, and the contact details and everything should be taken. For the bank account also has to be taken, or the UPI ID for the compensation amount. So the form has to be prepared in such a way that all of these details can be taken from the complainant, from the customer that is raising the complaint. Okay. Yes, from the 31st day we can say the ₹100 will be charged. Okay. So compensation amount shall be credited to the bank account of the complainant within 5 working days of the resolution of the complaint. And the resolution of complaint means what? Resolution of complaint means that the credit information report has been sent to the postal address or the email ID of the complainant. So after 5 days of the resolution of the complaint, within 5 days the money has to be credited to the bank account or the UPI ID of the complainant. Okay. The complainant can approach the Reserve Bank of India Ombudsman, that is Reserve Bank of India. There is a Reserve Bank of India integrated ombudsman scheme in which all the ombudsman schemes have been integrated. Ombudsman scheme is the scheme for the grievance redressal mechanism. Let's say you have gone to the credit information company or you have gone to the credit institution like the SBI, and the SBI is not hearing your complaint, is not giving you the compensation, they are not even taking your complaint in. So now what will you do if the SBI is not listening to you? Okay, so you can go to the Reserve Bank of India. They have, the Reserve Bank of India has the ombudsman scheme, under which if the credit institutions or if the institutions are not hearing your complaints, the Reserve Bank of India will receive the complaint from you. Okay, so under the Reserve Bank of India there is the integrated ombudsman scheme. If you have the complaint regarding the bank or the NBFCs or any of the digital transactions and such, under the integrated ombudsman scheme your complaint will be resolved. So if the complainant, the complainant can approach the Reserve Bank of India ombudsman scheme under the Reserve Bank integrated ombudsman scheme of 2021 in case of wrongful denial of compensation by the credit institutions or the credit information companies. Okay, so as easy as that. I hope you understand this. In case of wrongful denial of compensation, see, there are some institutions that are not added under the Reserve Bank of India integrated ombudsman scheme, such as the housing finance companies, the core investment companies. So they are not included under the Reserve Bank of India integrated ombudsman scheme, as well as the infrastructure finance companies and the infrastructure fund and such. So these companies are not included under the Reserve Bank of India integrated ombudsman scheme. So if you have any complaint regarding them that they are not giving the compensation to you, so what you can do is, in case of wrongful denial of compensation by the credit institutions which are not added under the Reserve Bank of India integrated ombudsman scheme, so in this case you can raise your complaint and you can approach the Consumer Education and Protection Cell that is functioning from the regional offices of the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so the customers do not need to worry, their complaints will be addressed. So here I have told you the framework. We have discussed the framework for compensation to the customers, that is for the delayed updation or the rectification. If the customer is raising the complaint regarding the updation or the rectification and that complaint is not being adhered, is not being covered under or resolved under 30 days. So what will happen, that in the case of the delayed updation or rectification, the compensation will have to be given by the credit institution or the credit information companies, whoever are doing the mistake, whoever has not updated the data on the timely manner. So the credit institution and the credit information companies, they have to resolve the query within 30 days, resolve the complaint within 30 days. So if only the credit information company has to change the data 30 days to the credit information company, if only the credit institution have to change the data 30 days to the credit institution. If they both are involved, then 21 days are given to the credit institution and 9 days are given to the credit information company. If any of these entities are taking extra days, so they will have to give the compensation to the, like if credit institution is not doing the updation within 21 days, is taking 2 days extra. So for this 2 days, 200 rupees will be given to the customer, 100 per day, 100 rupees per day. Any confusion you have, you can share with me. So the framework has been released and you can see the framework is for all the institutions. They are in the, so the banks are in the Reserve Bank of India Integrated Ombudsman Scheme. The NBFCs are under the Reserve Bank of India Integrated Ombudsman Scheme. The NBFCs or the companies like the housing finance companies, the core investment companies that are not in the Integrated Ombudsman Scheme, they still are reliable. They still are answerable within the framework. Okay, so you can see that the all commercial banks, including the small finance banks, local area banks, regional rural banks, excluding the payment bank. Who can tell me that why the payments bank are excluded? Why the payment bank are excluded? There is a very particular reason that why the payments bank are excluded from such kind of framework. All the primary urban cooperative banks, state cooperative banks, central cooperative banks, all the NBFCs, including the housing finance companies, all India financial institutions, all asset reconstruction companies, all credit information companies, all are included in the framework, but only the payment bank are not included in the framework. I want the answer. They do not lend money. Very correct answer, Sheesh. Very good. So payments bank, they do not lend the money out. Okay, the payment bank are not allowed to lend the money, and that's why they cannot give the credit. They cannot give the credit, and when they cannot give the credit, there will be no complaint against the payment bank regarding the credit. As easy as that. Okay. So the compensation framework shall come into effect 6 months from the date of this circular. So the date of this circular is October 26, 2023. So next year you can understand that this circular is going to come into effect. This framework is going to come into effect in the next year, and that's why near to your exam, this is going to be in news again, and you will be like reading this again. So then if you have understood it now, you will be very clear about it near to the examination. The credit information companies and the credit institutions are directed to put in place necessary system and the processes like the forms and such that contains all the details to implement the compensation framework within this period. So for the framework, the 6 months are given, that this 6 months are with you. You can provide the complete, you can work on the complete system and the processes that is needed. So credit information companies and the credit institutions which contravene or default in adherence to the above directions shall be liable for penal action as per the provisions of Credit Information Companies Regulation Act 2005, and under this act the framework has also been provided by the Reserve Bank of India. This act provides the authority to the Reserve Bank of India to provide the framework for the credit information companies also. So you have to remember this very important act. Just remember the name, that this framework has been particularly under the CICRA 2005 Act. Otherwise, usually the frameworks are under the Reserve Bank of India Act or they are under the Banking Regulation Act. But this particular act is under the CICRA Act. Okay. Any confusion till now? So we are towards the end of the session. If there is any confusion, tell me. No confusion? So the notification was a little complicated because again and again the same terminologies were coming, as well as it was a little difficult to understand. But I hope through this PPT and through today's session you have got some clarity. If still there is any confusion, you can comment down below or in the comment section, the people that are seeing the recorded session, or if you have any confusion you can ask me in the chat also. Okay, I am getting no confusion, so that is good. So coming to the first question, this is the homework question. Try to answer this question. Read it very, very carefully, and if you are able to answer this question, you are clear about the notification. Okay, now this is the second question. Again, this is also regarding the framework, so try to answer this question. and these were the people that have given the right answer of the previous session question. So the question was regarding the Monetary Policy Committee, and it was written that which of the statements is or are correct. Okay, so it decides, the Monetary Policy Committee decides the Reserve Bank of India's benchmark interest rate, that is the repo rate. So yes, MPC is the one that determines the repo rate for the Reserve Bank of India. So this is correct. It is a 6-member committee. So MPC is a 6-member committee. The 3 members are chosen from the Reserve Bank of India. The 3 members are nominated by the government of our country. It functions under the chairmanship of the Governor of the Reserve Bank of India, that is Shri Shaktikanta Das for now. So this is also wrong, this is also wrong. The fourth statement is that the chairman of the committee has a casting or second vote. So yes, in case that the 3 members are saying yes for a decision, the 3 members are saying no for a decision, then the governor of the Reserve Bank of India, that is the chairman of the Reserve Bank of India, has a casting or second vote. So if the governor is saying yes, so there will be +1 vote that will be added. So this team wins. Okay, so first and fourth statement are correct, and that's why E is the right answer, and all of these people have given the answer for this question, that is Sorish, Jay, Molly, Vasudhya, Rushi, Dinesh, Purushottam, Newton, Jayalakshmi, Kiran and Tamiz. So thank you very much for everyone showing your support and your love for the series. I am so blessed and so happy to see all the comments that come in the session. Okay. Yes, this news was in April, like I have told you now, that in April 2023, the Statement on Developmental and Regulatory Policies document was released. So at that time, it was said that a framework will be released for the, let me show you. So in the Statement on Developmental and Regulatory Policies, so in April 2023, the Statement on Developmental and Regulatory Policies, it was said that the framework will be released for the grievance redressal mechanism, and now the RBI has released this framework for the compensation mechanism. So in April 2023, this was said by the Reserve Bank of India, and in October 2023, the RBI has actually released this framework. Okay, in the statement on, see, always remember, in the Statement on Developmental and Regulatory Policies, the RBI releases some proposals, which the RBI says that we will bring particular notifications with the complete idea in the later on period. So in April, they just gave a brief idea that, okay, we want to improve the grievance redressal mechanism that is relating to the credit information reporting by the credit institutions, because they are reporting the credit information and the credit information that is provided by the credit information companies. So there should be better grievance redressal mechanism, and for this we will be taking all of these steps. But how these steps are going to work in the country, so this is usually told in the later period. Okay, so in the Statement on Developmental and Regulatory Policies, only a draft, only an idea is proposed, which is being discussed in the later on period. Now clear? Yes, it was proposed in the Statement on Developmental and Regulatory Policies. Always a proposal comes from the RBI side, which is later on made concrete by a particular different framework. Okay, notification. So here you can see that the framework was released, and the framework was very long. It was very long. Okay, and it was complicated also. If you go to read it once, it is very complicated, and that's why I try to bring it in a easier format for you. Okay, so here we are there is a big information from EduTap that we have brought for you, the comprehensive guide for RBI, NABARD and SEBI, so that through a single guidebook you can get all your common queries answered. If you have any query regarding the syllabus, if you have any query regarding the sources from where to prepare, even if you have the query regarding the previous year questions, so everything is provided in a single guidebook, and this is absolutely free of cost to help you out, to make the task easier for you, and you can directly get this guidebooks. The link is provided in the description box below. This is absolutely free of cost, so it is for your benefit that we have brought a guidebook for you. Okay, so this is all. Thank you very much. If you have any query, you can mail us here, or you can call us through this number, or you can comment down below also if you have any query. Yes, if both are failing, that is the credit institution is not able to provide the data in 21 days, and let's say the credit institution has taken 2 days extra. So the credit institution will be paying 200 rupees, that is on the per day basis 100 rupees. The credit information company receives the data, and within 9 days the credit institution company has to provide the data, okay, has to provide the reporting to the customer. So within 9 days, if the credit information company is not able to do so, and it is taking, let's say, 5 days extra. So for those extra 5 days, what will happen, that 500 rupees will be given to the customer, 100 rupees per day. In totality, 21 plus 2, 23 days, 23 plus 5, you can understand that how many more days has been taken. According to that, per day, 100 rupees has been given to the customer. And it depends on who is liable. So if credit institution has received the complaint, so the credit institution has to inform the customer that, okay, your delay is happening in your complaint. If the credit information company has received the information, if has received the complaint, credit institution, credit information company has to provide the information to the complainant, to the customer, that, okay, there is delay that is happening, okay. Okay, so do give the right answer of the comments in the comment section below, so that I can take the screenshot after the session for the next session. So thank you very much. I hope your complaint is clear. Your queries are clear. Any other query that you have? No other queries?